How is that new Spartan 4 armor treating you guys? Dude, it's giving me the worst wedgie ever, man. This armor keeps riding up in places I don't want it to be. Yeah, yesterday was the third day Palmer caught me picking out a wedgie. These things were not designed for comfort. So, you got any baby powder? What's up, fellow collectors? Today I'm talking about the Halo 4 Series 3 Spartan Thorne. Take a look at what he looks like inside of the package. I definitely like the way they slimmed down this packaging here. It looks really good. And, you know, if you're an inbox collector, you can actually have more room on your shelf or wherever you store your figures, because now the packaging is smaller, so you'll be able to fit, you know, twice the amount of figures pretty much. Before, McFarlane's packaging was like freaking huge, man, and now that they slimmed it down, it looks really nice, and it's really good for you in-box collectors. And he comes with an assault rifle here. Looks like it's the old kind of Halo 3 style assault rifle that they were making for the Halo 3 figures, but that's okay. And no grenades, looks like. I haven't opened it up yet, but it looks like it has no grenades. On the side, you can see a rendered picture of what Thorne looks like in Halo 4. Very cool. On the back, it tells you all the figures that come out with the series. You know, all 4 figures. Not a whole lot. And I have yet to see the Spartan Soldier come up in stores yet. I passed up a couple Walgreens, and I have not seen an exclusive figure for him yet. They just got a bunch of the old style Master Chiefs, and that's no fun. So I'm going to go ahead and open this guy up and review it. Alright, I got this guy opening up. I gotta say, right out of the package, I didn't have any issues with his joints, no quality issues at all, and this figure is freaking awesome, man. He's actually probably one of my all-time favorite Spartan figures that I have to date in my collection. Out of all the Halo Reach stuff and all the Halo 3 stuff that I own, Spartan Thorne is probably in my top 3, if not very close to number 1 compared to another Master Chief figure that I have that I'm very fond of. Taking a look at what he comes with here, it's a standard assault rifle, and this is pretty much the old Halo 3 style of assault rifles that they used to make when they made the Halo 3 figures. The exact same sculpt, molding, size, and paint schemes of the Halo 3 model, but that's okay because I really do like the look of this assault rifle. It's kind of got that, you know, original Halo 3, Halo 2 kind of style look that I really liked about the assault rifle before they changed everything up with like Reach and all those other Halo games. And in case you're wondering, Thorne holds on to his assault rifle very, very well, and that is awesome because I love it when the figures can actually hold the weapons that they come with. Very excited about that. And bam, just like that. And one thing I did notice too is with Thorne's hands, his hands are a little bit more of a flexible type of a plastic, because I know sometimes with the old Halo Reach line and the older Halo 3 figures, their hands were like, you know, a molded hard plastic, so if you tried to force a weapon into their hand, you would either break the weapon or you would break their hand, and then you'd have to re-glue everything back together, and that's no good. Now, as far as the figure goes, the detail on this guy is freaking awesome, man. I'm so excited because, you know, at first I was kind of iffy about these Halo 4 Spartans, you know, seemed like maybe they were a little bit like more skinny, they weren't as buff as like the other Spartans, but I really do enjoy these figures, man. The figures are great, and it seems like they fixed all of the quality issues that they used to have before with the Halo Reach line and the Halo 3 line. You'd have joints that were fused together, joints that would always be loose. Every time I opened up a figure, man, I had a loose joint, but the joints are stiff and they're also very flexible, so it doesn't feel like, you know, when I move them around that the joints are going to break because they're so stiff, but they're also very flexible. It's like they have this kind of rubber feel in them to make them like mold and move in the certain way you want them, so he just locks into place so easily when you're trying to pose them and stand them up. You know, I figured that maybe because that their feet were so small that it wouldn't be able to distribute the weight of the bulkiness of the figure of the upper body, but actually this guy does a really good job. You know, I've been able to so far get him in almost every pose that I've wanted to get my figure in. If I want to get him in a running pose, a standing up straight pose, crouching pose, you know, he's like, or if he's like laying down shooting at some guys, you know, I can get him in that pose, and that is freaking awesome because I can't really do that with the old Halo Reach style of figures. Checking out the paint application on here, it is very good. They also put some silver dry brushing all over the figure to make him look like he's got this battle-worn type look, which I really appreciate. I love when McFarlane does that because Spartans are supposed to see a lot of battle, and you know, their armor should represent that, and the paint scheme should represent that. I do enjoy his armor a lot, even though I don't really like the visor as much as I like the old Spartan visors where they're kind of like a bright gold. These ones are a little bit more of a dull orange, which I wish that maybe they put a gloss finish over it and made it a little bit more shiny, made it pop out a little bit more, because that's something about Spartans that I really enjoyed, was just their bright gold visor. You know, it just made them look really cool and like just kind of pop out at you. I thought that was nice. You get a nice UNSC logo here on the side of his shoulder, and then on the other side it's really just a bunch of designs, nothing really too spectacular there, but all around, I think the paint scheme is really awesome. The detail and the sculpting of the figure is really awesome. The articulation is really awesome. And even though he only comes with one accessory, I think that the fact that the overall quality and, you know, everything that McFarlane did with these figures has improved. You know, they're always improving, and I really enjoy that. I think as long as the company is always improving and not taking steps backwards, I think that I'm going to always be a fan of McFarlane Toys, and I really appreciate that. Now here's a quick size comparison. You got Jewel Mandama, who came out with the same series. He's definitely a lot taller, definitely towers over Thorne and the other Spartans. Now next to Thorne I have Jun from the Halo Reach line, and you know, comparing these figures side by side, a Halo 4 Spartan and a Halo Reach Spartan, I can definitely tell that the Halo 4 Spartan has my vote in which figure I would purchase if they were side by side together like that. You know, Thorne just looks like a lot bulkier, a lot more athletic, and the armor and everything, the sculpting just looks a lot better than Jun. And you know, Jun is a good representation of all the other Spartans in the Halo Reach line. They just kind of have, you know, something about them that just doesn't scream like I'm a Spartan. With Thorne, it does, and I really enjoy that. Then I got the Master Chief from the Halo 4 series as well. He's from the first line, and he's pretty much the same exact sculpt and build as Thorne. Obviously different armors and paint sculpts or whatever, but they are pretty much identical in how tall they are and what their articulation and stuff is. Another thing that I also noticed while looking over this guy is his feet are totally resculpted in comparison to the very first line of figures that came out for the Spartan 4s. As you can tell, the red Spartan Warrior's feet are a lot skinnier, and with Thorne's they definitely added in these 2 extra pegs on the side to make it where he could stand up a lot better, and that definitely helps distribute his weight a lot more. And I'm really glad that McFarlane went and did the extra step to improve their feet, because I think a lot of people were actually complaining about that, and McFarlane went ahead and fixed it. So I am very, very happy about that. So I definitely highly recommend this figure. Definitely pick them up if you can find them at a cheap price. These guys are brand new, fresh off the line. The cheapest you're going to find them is at a retail shop, you know, because after that they start going aftermarket, and then they start getting a little bit more pricey. You know, you find out on eBay they're usually twice as much in value as they are in the retail line. So pick them up now while they're on the shelves. Check out my channel, guys. I got a ton of Halo reviews on there, a ton of other lines that I collect as well. I'm starting to get into Mega Bloks, Star Wars, and you know, all kinds of other things, whatever kind of tickles my fancy. So I'll see you guys all in the next video, and thank you all for watching.